in Orlando. It's Pro Bowl weekend. Things got underway yesterday. Some of the fun in games. There was dodgeball and some sort of, three-legged race. I don't know what they were doing. Anyhow, there were some Broncos down there.
Man.
There were some Broncos down there. Pat Surtain is there, and he was talking about Bo Nix, who isn't there, but he was on with Kay Adams on her podcast yesterday, and talking about how he was impressed by his rookie quarterback. Oh, maybe we do have it. Okay, anyhow, so he's on with Kay Adams yesterday, and he's talking about that. I'm watching last night, and these guys are all down there having a good time, yucking it up, hanging out, and I'm like, why is Bo not there being a part of this?
Yeah.
Why is he not there? Seems like a miss.
No, I agree with you. I think it was a great opportunity to get down there and, be around some greats, be around Burrow, Peyton, Eli, and
Russ.
Peyton, Burrow, Eli, and I nailed it the first time. And pick their brain a little bit, right? Develop a relationship with those guys. Watch how Burrow does some things. I mean, I think there's positives there, certainly, and it's a great opportunity. But he wanted to get that minor surgery done.
Had to get it done this week. Couldn't wait till Monday.
Right. No, I'm with you. I think it's a missed opportunity for him. I don't know why you wouldn't want to take advantage of that opportunity. It's cool stage. And then, would you learn something? Would you be better because of it? It's not going to hurt you.
No, and then I'm watching it too, and you see some of the photos, you see some of the clips, and it's Marvin Mims and Pat Surtain and Nick Bonito, and they're all hanging out. Like, there's just a kind of the camaraderie team thing too. Like, you're missing out. I feel like it's a missed opportunity from a young player to go interact with other great players around the league, interact with the other great players on his team. I just don't get it.
Well, I think it just shows you how far, we know, but how far the Pro Bowl has fallen.
Yeah, but if it's good enough for Pat Surtain, it's not good enough for Bo Nix.
If it's good enough for Joe Burrow?
It's not good enough for Bo Nix?
Right.
Like, what are we doing
But
here?
I'm just saying, you would think that a young quarterback, given that opportunity, would jump at it.
You would think
this
so.
is a Pro Bowl? I get to go to the Pro Bowl? You would think that would be awesome. But the fact that he says, you know what? I want to have this surgery, which is a minor surgery, which it's a minor surgery because he didn't have it right after the season. He went to Cabo, so it's not like he can't walk or function or that he had to have it. So he's been doing things. So that just shows you that how far the Pro Bowl has fallen. We know the game is different, but in the view and the minds of these young football players.
Yeah.
It's just like whatever. Pro Bowl, I don't even care.
Yeah, I think it's, I think it was kind of weak that he didn't go. That said, Pat Surtain, as I was mentioning, was on with Kay Adams, and he was asked about his rookie quarterback. Here's what PS2 had to say about Bo Nix.
I just think how he was able to control the offense and sort of have so much of a presence leadership-wise over the locker room. I think everybody felt his presence. Everybody felt the type of player he was. I mean, obviously he's an exceptional player, but the person he is on top of that makes him an even better person. I think with his composure, with his attitude that he brings to the game, he's going to be a threat for years to come in this league.
All right. So part of me hears that, and I'm like, that sounds like Von Miller talking about every quarterback that came after Peyton Manning.
Right.
Loved every one of them. That's great to have Joe here. Drew's going to be a gunslinger. Are you buying what he was saying there? When you think back to the year, and because there was a lot of intangibles there, right? Oh, he's a great leader. He's great in the huddle. Great composure. Things that are kind of hard to measure, which always kind of gets my radar going off a little bit here. Are you buying what PS2 was selling?
I don't really buy a lot of things that teammates say about other teammates, right? We, like you mentioned, we heard Von, but a lot of these teammates, they pump up their guys. That's what they do. That's what I would do if I was him.
He said the right thing. I'll give you that. He said the right thing, but do we believe it?
I do believe it to a certain degree because, like you said, everything checked out with Bo. He got voted a captain. I think those guys respect him. You hear him talk about him. Like, you're not going to go out of your way to continue to praise and hype up a guy if he doesn't check those boxes in the locker room, and also on the football field. So, you have to put the clues together. When you're talking about Drew Lock and, he started 7 games. Okay. But when you're talking about Bo Nix, selected as a captain, and then also goes out there and plays 17 games, and you hear throughout the season the guys they love him. And you could tell it's real. Mike McGlinchey talking about him. These guys, Cortland Sutton talking about these guys talking about him. You can tell that it's real. They're not just making this stuff up. So that's why I put the clues together, James. A little bit of detective work.
It's a little bit of the same things that worried me when they drafted him, right? Because when they drafted him, you got Cecil coming on here talking about, he's a supercomputer. Oh, he's a processor. Oh, we went up to see him in Eugene, and we faxed him the playbook late, and he came in and he knew it all. And we opened up his bag, and nothing was in there but football stuff. And we're not talking a lot about his physical tools. I would have felt better if Pat Surtain, when asked that question, would have been like, first day of training camp, we're out there. And I'm like, oh, my God, this guy's throwing darts.
Well, you see it. I mean, you saw him for 17 games.
But he didn't talk at all about his physical ability.
So what?
Well, that's a big part of it. Yes, it's a big part of it.
I don't need him to tell me that Bo Nix can throw a football, that he's impressed with Bo Nix's arm strength or accuracy for me to feel better about Bo. I watch Bo in training camp. I watch Bo every football game. So, there's things that he needs to work on. And even if he told me that stuff, I'd be like, okay, is that truth? Is that the truth or not?
I just don't need him to tell me Bo's, head boy. He's rah-rah guy. I don't need that. I don't need that he's going to be out there at the pep rally.
But he's a good leader, and that's important at the quarterback position. So, yes,
part
it
of
is.
it. It's part of it.
It's a big part of it.
But I would like to hear a little bit of praise, too, of physical ability. Like, we've got a lot of quarterbacks come through here since I've been here, and I knew first day of training camp, this guy's different, this guy's special. We didn't hear that.
Yeah, again, if you're going down that road, I'm going to evaluate him by how he plays on Sundays. I don't care what his teammates say about him. That wouldn't matter. Well, so all of a sudden you'd feel much better about Bo Nix if he did say that?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't, no.
If the guy who's going to win Defensive Player of the Year raved about his quarterback's physical abilities, that wouldn't make you feel better.
No, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it on Sundays. And so I know there needs to be growth there. I know there needs to be improvement there. I liked a lot of what I saw. I just want to see it on Sundays. So, again, I would be looking at that a little bit skeptical. More so than I'm looking at what he's talking about, how he leads, how he has the offense down, those types of things.
Okay. All right, and listen, I'm not saying it's worrisome. I just would have felt better had he said it. But all right, let's bring in the third member of the show.
He's here on a Friday.
He is. He was probable, but the big fella's here. Mark Schlereth. Stink, how you doing this morning?
I'm good, man. How are you guys doing?
We are good. Now you're going to jump right into it because it's trivia time.
Oh, great.
So, I don't know, like, do we know kind of who typically wins? Is it you guys? Is it the drive?
Yeah, we know who.
We know who typically wins?
Who do you think?
Normally kick the living crap out of the drive.
Because last week, though, you guys were 2-2. They were 3-1, so they're the reigning champs, correct?
Was that right, Summer? Yes.
Okay, and then, I'm filling in for Mike here. So who normally carries it? Like, have you guys done bar trivia, right, where you go and you're hanging out as a team? You need somebody who's filling out the sheet, walking it up and turning it in.
Listen, it's a group
kind
discussion.
Kind of taking charge.
It's a group discussion, but if anyone's a captain, it's me. So.
You turn in the final answer?
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't want to. I don't want to jump in and mess it up.
Yes, I'm the Bo Nix of this organization.
Normally,
I'm the leader. I'm the captain. And I'll make the final answer.
I like to kind of fancy myself a trivia guy, but it's normally 8 p.m., not 8 a.m.
Right.
And normally there's a IPA or two involved, so I'm hoping I can contribute.
What do you got in that coffee cup?
We're gonna go with coffee. All right, so we do 4 questions.
Yeah.
These came from the drive. We establish a score, and then they got to beat it this afternoon. Do I get this right?
Yeah. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Stink, you ready?
Yeah. Oh,
Stink's always ready.
All right, Stoke, you ready?
Always ready.
All right, let's see
ready.
how we do here.
All right.
Who is the youngest QB to ever start and win a Super Bowl, hoisting the Lombardi Trophy at 23 years old?
Ooh.
Youngest quarterback
Wow.
win a Super Bowl.
23.
I mean, that's young. How old was Big Ben when he first won one?
He was older than 23, I can tell you that, right? I mean, he started off as a rookie, played, but they didn't win it that year. So I don't know. I mean, is that what year? No, because that had to be that was at 2006.
All right, so Joe Montana won it in 1981. I think that was his third year in the league. Would he have been 23 years old at that point?
I don't know. Brady won it in his second year, right, in the league?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one, right? Because that was his first year starting after Bledsoe got hurt.
Yeah. Did David Woodley of Miami? He lost, though, right?
He lost.
He lost.
1980. Whoa, was that 81? No, 81 was when the Niners beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling it's going to be like
David Woodley was 82.
83.
Lynn
83.
Dawson back in 1968.
It wasn't Plunkett. It wasn't Theismann. I'm trying to think back to some of the guys who did it back in the day. Phil Simms wasn't that young. Doug Williams wasn't that young.
That's what I'm saying. It's either Brady, like y'all said, or it's going to be somebody back in the 60s.
Back in the 60s, it was.
Lynn Dawson was smoking a heater and drinking a Fresca.
How old was How old was
Namath?
Namath? He'd been around for a while when they won Super Bowl III. Obviously, it wasn't Bart Starr. God, who was the random quarterback of the Colts when they won Super Bowl V? Bob Greasy. I think Brady's our best answer here, fellas. I think that
just seems like that's low hanging fruit. But I mean, let's go. We got to give an answer.
Second year guy. Let's go.
Right.
I think Brady.
Fine.
We got.
You like that, Mark?
Yeah, that's. I think there's somebody we're missing.
Of course there is.
Yeah, but I'll go with that one.
Yeah. All right, Brady.
Correct answer is Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh my gosh, dude, you had it.
Oh, you had it.
All right, so this is how it goes at Bar Trivia. It's the new guy, right? He's on the team.
Wow.
He throws out an answer, and the guys who we're here every week, they don't want to listen to him.
That was I'm going back because Ben he beat us with the Colts, and that was 04?
05, because then he came in here and beat Jake
05,
Plummer and the Broncos in 05.
Yeah, 05 was a year.
I think he was a rookie in 04. All right.
With Eli. Same.
Just for the record, one of us is 1-0.
Well, you got to put up a bigger fight there.
No. This is a team thing.
Right.
It's a team thing. Let's not start
throwing people under the bus.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, let's just remember that as we go into question 2 here. My initial reaction was
we all remember
kind of spot on.
Play the question.
Yeah. All right, just go.
What player in NBA history holds the record for most points ever scored in the NBA Finals with 1,679 points?
All right, so you've had to play in a lot of finals. That's got to be LeBron, right? He's played in the most.
Wait, so
Bill Russell.
Ooh.
What about Bill Russell?
Yeah, but Bill was. I mean, he did
Steph's
play in a lot of them.
Steph's played in a lot, hasn't he?
My concern with Bill would be that he scored like 14 points a game and had 18 boards and 6 blocks. Like, I don't know if he was putting up a ton of points. I mean, how many times has LeBron been? He's won, 5 championships, 6 championships? He's lost in the NBA Finals a bunch of times. Steph's won almost every time he was there, right?
Almost.
Jordan won every time he was there. I think it's LeBron. Well, how many times Kobe go? Shaq?
No.
I'm going LeBron. I think it's LeBron.
Doesn't that just feel, again, that feels too easy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. I don't know that anybody from those Celtics teams where they won 9 titles in 10 years, I just don't think they were scoring enough points, to where it would be like Bob
What about the
Cousy.
Showtime Lakers? What about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
And he won a championship with Milwaukee.
He won one with Milwaukee, too.
That's a good one.
That's not a bad guess. I'm gonna go LeBron, but again, I'm just the new guy here. I'm just here to fill out the slip and
Mark,
run it up there and
be quiet.
bring you guys drinks.
New guy, be quiet. New guy.
Yeah.
Okay, we've heard enough of you. Mark, what do you think, buddy?
I feel almost like James is, maybe he's a saboteur. Maybe he's been hired by the drive.
He's KGB.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. You go ahead. You said you were the captain of the ship. I'm going to let you decide.
No, but I want to discuss this thing out with you. Do you like Kareem?
I do like. There's just something about LeBron that just seems like it's too easy. Kind of like the Brady. It's like they're baiting you into something that's so easy that it can't be right.
Exactly. I think we either go Kareem or let's go Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Correct
Final
answer is Jerry West.
Oh, well, at least we didn't say it.
Right.
Yeah.
At least we don't have to hear you.
Yeah.
I told that was my pick. Oh, sorry, guys.
Jerry West, okay, because they win a lot of, like a number of years. He lost like 7 times.
I would have never thought of Jerry West.
He
No,
was
I would
NBA Finals MVP on a losing team. So, okay, that one makes sense. Boy, we're struggling.
I wonder why.
This is
Wonder why.
embarrassing. Well,
Yeah. All right, let's play it.
Najee Harris became the third running back in the last 20 years to run for 1,000 yards in each of his first 4 seasons, joining Adrian Peterson and what other AFC running back who came out of a non-Power 5 college program?
all right, 1,000 yards, first 4 seasons. AFC running back, current AFC running back? Or did he not really specify? Played in the AFC out of a non-Power 5 conference, rushed for 1,000 yards in each of his first 4 seasons.
First guy that comes to mind is LaDainian Tomlinson.
Ooh, there you go. I like that. TCU.
TCU.
I can't imagine with the Chargers he didn't
They
rush
weren't-
for 1,000 yards his first 4 years.
They weren't Power 5?
No, not back then.
No.
No. I think he hit the nail on the head. I'm all in on that one.
Okay. Well, I don't have a guess, so LaDainian Tomlinson. I guess.
The correct answer is CJ2K, Chris Johnson.
Goodness gracious.
Gosh. Where did Chris Johnson go to school?
East Carolina. I know that.
Wow.
Yeah.
He rushed. LaDainian Thompson didn't rush for 1,000 yards each of his first
y'all
4
rushed
seasons.
that so much. I don't. Why the rush there? And TCU. What conference were they in? What do you mean they're not a Power 5?
They weren't back then.
Are you serious? You
Yeah,
sure?
They weren't like 2 years ago when they made it to the championship game. They still weren't a Power 5 conference. I'm gonna fact check that one.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I buy that.
Okay. Well, he's been wrong before with
Yeah.
his questions.
All right.
and
Well,
his answers.
hang on a second. Here's LaDainian Tomlinson's first 7 seasons: 1236, 1683, 1645, 1335, 1462, 1815, 1474, 1110. He rushed for 1,000 yards his first 8 years.
Well, what was the? Well, can we hear that question again, Ty?
I think we're throwing a challenge flag on this.
Well, let's
Yeah.
listen
Well,
to the question.
Let's listen to the question.
Najee Harris became the third running back in the last 20 years to run for 1,000 yards in each of his first 4 seasons, joining Adrian Peterson and what other AFC running back who came out of a non-Power 5 college program?
Oh, in the last 20 years.
Oh.
See, you
So
don't
he
listen.
did
That's
it
what new guy.
21,
Don't listen to-
22,
He
or
did it-
2001, 2002, so we just missed the year.
That was a convoluted question.
That's why you
was
can't rush. You can't.
convoluted. Well, then it's like, joined Adrian Peterson. What other AFC running back? Well, Adrian Peterson wasn't in the AFC.
We've never been shut out, and the last question's always the hardest.
That was
Okay,
a terribly worded question.
Let's move on. That's what they have to do. They have to try to throw curveballs and
Confusion.
knuckleballs and confusion here. Look over here. Nope, it's over here. All right, let's hear the last one.
All right, fellas, here is your curveball question. Which of the following icons of music is the youngest? Is it Ozzy Osbourne, Steven Tyler, Bruce Springsteen, or Robert Plant?
All right, what were the choices again? Stoke, you're furiously
Ozzy.
writing down. Ozzy.
Steven Tyler, Bruce Springsteen, or
Robert Plant.
Robert Plant.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's still 4. It's all 4 of them should no longer be touring. They're that old. Ozzy looks like he's 100.
That's why I think it's Ozzy.
Exactly.
'cause he
That's why
looks
you would
the
say
oldest.
Ozzy, because he does look like, he should have died 20 years ago when he was
Yeah.
doing the MTV show. I
The
mean, he could
boss,
barely
the
move
boss
in.
looks pretty good. Steven Tyler looks pretty good.
Steven Tyler looks old.
I wouldn't know Robert Plant if he walked in here and started singing.
Me either.
That's Stokes' guy, though.
Ozzy
Robert
looks
Plant, right?
125 years old. But I'm not going to weigh in. I mean, we did get one question right. You guys just didn't go with my answer. But
Yeah.
what do you think? Is that what we're going with? I'm not making the decision. I'll just
no.
write it down, put it on the sheet, and run
Right.
it up.
Guess what? We know you're not making the decision. Okay, so we don't need you to tell it. I'm not making. We know that. Mark, let's talk. Let the grown-ups talk here. Okay. All right, sit over there in the corner, son. What are you thinking, buddy?
I think that Ozzy looks the oldest, so I think that's the way they're trying to get us. Like, I mean, they're all old. Bruce is, Bruce got to be in his mid-70s. Plant and all those guys,
Yeah,
and even
okay.
Steven Tyler.
Perfect.
So I think it's Ozzy, probably early 70s.
Is that what were you thinking?
I think it's Ozzy,
Yeah,
but I think
okay.
this is going to be one of those questions where they're all like 8 days apart.
Of course it is.
This
Right.
is ridiculous.
This is what it's going to be. One guy's going to be 72 and 220 days. One guy's going to be 72 and 100.
This isn't-
Ozzy Osbourne. Final answer.
The correct answer is Bruce Springsteen.
Gosh dang it, James.
All right, do we?
James, this is the worst. This is on you, James.
Yeah.
This is on you.
We've never
on you.
gotten shut out
This is
before.
on you.
James,
Ever?
until you got here.
You can't provide
Ever.
something.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, just to recap kind of what happened here. The first question, it barely got out of Zach's mouth, and I said Big Ben.
We're gonna have to go to the tape. I know you said Big Ben, but you weren't like
Yeah, but
this. You didn't
nailed it.
You didn't stand on it.
I
And then
nailed it.
Yeah,
Didn't
you
you?
gotta
Aren't you the one that
stand
said
on it.
Brady? You did say Brady
No,
also.
because you guys bullied me.
You did say Brady.
You guys Michael Maloned me. That's what you did, right? You pick on the new guy. You make him feel uncomfortable at the table. He's buying drinks for everybody.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Mark, we need Mike back. We need Mike
Yeah.
back. We need
I
Mike.
mean,
we need Mike.
This
Where's
you know
Mike?
what?
We
should
miss
protest
you,
this.
Mike.
We should protest.
We are.
This should not have. We should have put this back.
Yeah, we
pushed
should
it
have
back
never done it with James.
when Mike wasn't off. Yep.
How old is Bruce Springsteen? Do we know, John?
I don't know.
75, and he's the youngest? How old is Ozzy? Oh, my.
They're all the same age.
This isn't, that's
These
not
guys.
trivia.
Okay,
that's
right.
trivial.
Right.
Nobody
yeah.
knows that, right?
Right.
Like, we should have known
Here's
Jerry
the
West.
curveball question. All you're doing is guessing. How do we know it?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
We should
That's
have known
dumb.
Jerry West. We should have known Big Ben. I think the LaDainian Tomlin thing's a little weak because of the 20-year. I mean, it was such a convoluted question. We did get a guy that is first 8 seasons rushed for 1,000 yards, and he was from a non-Power 5 conference. I think that one should count. I think that's a poorly worded question. I would challenge that if I was at the bar, and I think I'd talk the guy into it.
All right. Well,
So
we didn't get it
we're
right.
1 and 3.
We didn't get it right.
That's what I
No.
think.
We don't take gimmies
No,
here. We don't
no,
take
we're
freebies.
not-
We
no, you're not.
earned
Listen.
earned everything we got. I don't know what you do on that show from
Hey,
6 to 7 and
Well, I
you know
think-
with Will
yeah.
Peterson. Like no,
I don't know.
we earn our
I don't know
stuff.
what you guys. I don't know what you guys are doing over there on denversports.com.
Right.
But when we get a
6
butt
to
whipping,
10.
we just accept
That's
it.
right.
We
6 to
take
10. We'll be ready
take the
next
ass
week.
whipping.
All right,
That's right,
I think,
Mark.
I think
That's what we do.
I think next week I might be on the drives.